Hi, grade sevens. My name is Nick Berry. I'm going to be your grade seven social studies teacher. On my screen right here, you can see that this is the grade seven course. And I'm just going to kind of go through it and break it down just so you guys have an idea of what to be looking for, how to be working, and if you have any other questions, hopefully this video answers it. So right off the bat, you can see that as soon as you get into the grade seven social studies screen, we have our 3 units down here. Okay, so we have diverse peoples, we have towards Confederation and after Confederation. Those are the 3 main units that make up grade 7 social studies. Okay, now if you click into each one of these, it's going to bring up a separate screen. So let's do it right now. And so in this separate screen right here, you're going to see the breakdown of each week. Okay, now I am going to warn you, it can be very easy to fall behind when you're doing online work, right? This is a very independent course. Try to do your best to make sure that you're going through the days, that you know what's coming up, to what work needs to get done within the allotted times. Okay, because if you fall behind, it can get really difficult to catch up. So let's just look at week 1 here. Okay, so we just have our introductions, and these type of files right here are really just information for you guys to read, to understand what's really expected of you. Okay, so in this course, your mark is broken down into 3 distinct categories. The first one is vocabulary and quick checks. Each one of these are just kind of very quick demonstrations of your knowledge using the textbook. Okay, usually they're just using stem sentences or full sentences to answer a question that's very direct. Okay, the second type of assignment you have are your projects. Now, if you look at my screen right here, the symbols on the left-hand side of these types of titles, so for example, chapter 1 vocabulary, chapter 1 quick check, has a little page with a check mark. That means that it's in a quiz format. Okay, now it doesn't necessarily mean that it is a quiz, it's just the type of format that we can do here over Moodle. So the second one is projects. So if we have a little hand here with the page, that's considered a project. Quick checks and vocabularies are worth 20% of your mark. Projects are going to be worth 60% of your mark. This course is a project-based course, which means most of your efforts are going to be on those higher critical thinking skills. Projects allow you to demonstrate those things. That's why they're worth so much more. The final type of assignment that you're going to have here, or assessment, are your exams. Each unit has 1 exam that helps you demonstrate your learning that you've done throughout the course. These units are also done, or these exams are done, are worth 20% of your final mark. So how do you submit a file? So for the vocabulary and quick checks, it's pretty simple. You go into it, it's all self-contained. I'm just going to hit attempt quiz now, and the quiz comes up. All you have to do once you've finished it, and this is going to be very important, after you've finished it, you have to go to where the blue square is and says finish attempt. Okay, there are going to be some quizzes that have more than 1 chance of you attempting it, but not all of them. Okay, so make sure that you just kind of do your best each time you take it. So after I hit finish attempt, it's going to tell me what my status is. Usually it'll give me my mark immediately, unless there's anything that I have to mark for it. Okay, so let's go back to the course here. We're going to go back into unit 1. Now, if you're doing projects are going to be a bit different. So let's go into it right now and check it out. So I'm going to go into comparing Canada's First Nations, your very first project you do for the course. Now, at the beginning of each major project, you're going to see a small video. Each video kind of talks about what the requirements are for that project. Here you can see as well, below it, it says, please download and complete the project by clicking here. As soon as I click here, that project file is going to be downloaded onto my computer. I can go through it, I can complete it. Usually, most projects will have multiple ways of completing it. Remember, these projects are your highest graded assessment for this course. So make sure you're putting as much effort in as you can. Now, once I've finished my project and I have that digital file, I'm going to go down here, and right where this gray square is, I'm going to hit add submission, and it's going to bring me to this next screen. Okay, I'm going to go down here. You see this little blue arrow that's bouncing up and down? I can click that. It'll open up a screen. I'm going to select my file. Okay, and I'm going to hit save changes, and then it'll turn into a submit. Okay, As soon as you've done that, I'll be able to look at it on my end. I'll mark it and send it back to you. Every time you complete a project, I'm going to give you feedback as well as a mark. I highly, highly, highly recommend that you review that feedback to know what you can do differently in the future to more adequately meet the requirements. All right. One thing to be careful of is plagiarism. When you're doing these major projects, it can be very tempting to copy and paste information directly from the internet into your assignment. Don't do this. Okay, this is considered dishonesty in academics. And what will happen is I'll take this project, I'm going to send it back to you for a complete redo. Plagiarism is not allowed within any course. One thing I want students to notice in this bar in the top right-hand corner here, I don't know if my face is covering it. What this bar is called the progress bar. And so as you can see right now, most of it is blue. That's because these assignments haven't met their due date yet. As soon as one of these assignments, so each slice here is considered one assignment, as soon as the due date has passed, that's going to turn red. Now, if you've finished that assignment and you've already submitted it and I've submitted it back to you with feedback, that assignment piece will turn green. But if it's red, that means that you haven't handed it in yet and it's past the due date. Make sure that you are trying your best to keep up with the course load. Falling behind can happen very quickly and can be very difficult to get back up. Lastly, if you have any problems, any questions, feel free to email me. My email is going to be on the top right-hand side here. Or if it's more convenient for you and you really want to talk one-on-one, we can absolutely do Zoom meetings as well. All right, and that's it from me. Thank you very much for watching this video. Once again, if you have any questions or concerns, email me. We'll chat on the phone, whatever you prefer. Let's have an awesome year. Bye, guys.